Hey, everybody, it's me again. Welcome to a brand new episode of Movers and Shakers of Morgan County, where we uncover the hidden gems and get to know the local leaders of Morgan County. Today, we have a real treat for you. Our special guest is someone who can make your home or your business beautiful, and she's also a special friend of mine. Get ready to witness the magic of local business ingenuity as we dive in and get to know Margo Mcclain and her business, Custom Designs by Margo. I'm super excited to have you here, Margo.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you so much for being willing to be on this
Absolutely.
show. It's a new venture for me, and we're just trying to get to know everybody in Morgan County and their businesses and find out what's going on here. So tell me a little bit about your business.
I do interior design. I'm very hands-on to um, even making the drapes. I don't like to relinquish any of that control, which can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. I also like to work within the budget of the client so that if they're a thrift shopper, I'm all for that. If they want to buy brand new on high end, I'm all for that. But whatever it does to make it their home, their home.
Nice. I need you to come to my house. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you originally from?
I'm a native Floridian. I married a Georgia boy, and here we are.
Those Georgia boys, I tell you.
Yeah.
What made you decide to open a interior design company?
Oh my. So this is a long story, but I'll try to make it as brief as possible. Um, my husband and I went through a rough spot in life and in our marriage, and we moved to Atlanta. And while we were living there, we were trying to figure out, what was the best job for me. Um, we lived next door to a praying woman,
Mm.
and she came over one day and she said, I believe that you can design for me and make my drapes. And I said, really? And I had three kids, and trying to put three kids in daycare would be more costly than going out and finding a pay by the hour job.
Hmm.
So she just turned me loose in the fabric store, and I went to town, and that's what started it.
Okay. So I guess you answered that question too. Why did you choose this profession? Kind of because you just kind of needed another avenue for income.
And I love to sew and
Nice.
be creative.
Okay.
So
So what drives you to do what you do? What motivates you now?
there is an innate part of me that must create. And when I cannot create, I'm not a happy person.
I feel that.
So that's the motivation to make things beautiful.
Okay. Okay. Um, so what was it like when you first started? Can you remember?
Yes, I do remember. It was all word of mouth. And it reached a point I was working out of the sunroom of my home.
Mm,
And I couldn't keep up with the business. So I asked a friend to help me who also had an interest in being creative and
mhm.
sewing. Um, and we worked together until I moved to another part of the Atlanta area, which was in the northern part, which was too far for her to travel to help.
Mm.
And I ended up uh, opening up a storefront and hiring people to come in and work with me there.
Nice. So, what would you say that customers love most about your business?
We become friends.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, we become friends, not just a client business owner relationship. And I really like that.
Mhm.
I'm very much a person, a people person.
People person. Yeah.
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 So,
Okay, I'm anxious to hear about this one because you've been in business long enough. I know that you've probably had an odd request from a client. What is probably the oddest request you've ever had?
oh my gosh. Ugh, which one to choose?
I figured there'd be one or two.
Probably the most prominent odd request is do not give the bill to my husband. Do not send it to my email, and do not ever tell him what this costs.
Okay. I hope she had her own checkbook.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. Okay. So, what are your goals for the coming year?
I am at a point in life that the people that I meet and work with, I want it to be more than just a business relationship. And yes, it always has been, but usually when the design project was complete, we both went our separate ways.
Mhm.
And I would like the people that I work with going forward to become lifelong friends, people that I stay in touch with, and I care about them.
Yeah.
I care about their lives.
So, what would you say right now are your greatest challenges? I know one that's very personal, and I don't know if you're going to share that or not, but what are some of your greatest challenges in doing this job right now?
The accident that I had in January, it's made it difficult to move around. It's a temporary thing, and I know that, but mentally I'm saying to myself, you should be better than that now.
Yeah, it's hard to get over. It's just hard to get over when you get hurt,
Yes.
and it changes the way you do things, and you can't. It's frustrating because you can't
Yes.
get the things done that you want to get done.
Yes. I feel like
Yeah.
I move like a tortoise instead of the rabbit that I used to go.
Yes. And you're a go-getter too. I
Yeah.
know that about you.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're very frustrated with that. But hopefully that soon will pass and
Right.
you'll be back at it and you won't even realize.
Right.
So I know that you live in Buckhead, Georgia. How long have you lived there? Not Buckhead, Atlanta, because you'd mentioned Atlanta earlier, but the real Buckhead.
That's right. The
How,
one that we have our own zip code.
how long have you lived in Buckhead?
20 years in May.
Okay, so a long time.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to live there?
Oh gosh, this goes back to my husband.
Mhm.
So a friend who already lived in Morgan County contacted him and said, my son bought land. Would you like to pay the taxes and hunt on it?
Oh.
So we take a Saturday afternoon and we go down, and he walks all over the property. And that evening he says, would you like to buy land here? I said, well, not to play on, but to live on, yes. But he had said he would never live in a small town.
Okay.
But he fell in love with Madison, and so did I, and or the Madison area. We are in Buckhead, but Madison's the town.
Yeah.
So here we
Don't
are.
say that too loud because there's people that live in Buckhead that think that Buckhead is the town.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, what do you love most about the Buckhead Madison area?
It's very convenient. When I do have to make trips into Atlanta, I think to myself, I know why we live where we live because
Hmm.
I never want to go back to Atlanta.
Hmm.
Yes, you're close enough that when you need to go in to shop for things, you can do that, but it's quiet and peaceful.
What do have you seen any significant changes in this area in the time that you've been here?
There is slow growth, and I believe that slow growth makes for a good economy in a town.
Mhm.
Um, there have been subdivisions that have come in, and um, people moved into them, and I just believe that it moving in slowly is great because it allows the town and the community to grow with the rate of people moving in.
Mhm.
And I think that's very important. And our schools are great here.
Yes, we do have great schools.
Yes, we do. We sure do.
Hmm. Well, back to you. What is something that most people don't know about you?
Hmm. I don't know. I'm such a transparent
I
person.
know,
I
me
don't
too.
know. I am um, widowed, and that has become a definitely a change for me to learn about who I am now.
Mm.
And because we're in Buckhead and I don't work in an office anywhere,
Mhm.
then people even though you know people, there's not that general knowledge.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
What are some of the highest highs you've had in life so far?
Grandchildren. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my grandchildren. I think my grandchildren in the personal life.
Mhm.
One of my projects was the old governor's mansion in Milledgeville. And every time I walk through or make a recall visit, I think to myself, oh my word, I did that.
I'm gonna have to go down there and check it
I
out.
know.
Do you think it's important for people to shop local and why or why not?
I absolutely believe that people should shop local because that's where you live. If you don't feed your local economy and you're feeding some big box store, you're not doing your local businesses any good. You're not doing the schools any good, or your roads, or your government. You need to be involved locally.
Yes, I agree. What is the most memorable customer experience you've ever had besides the lady that wanted to hide the money from her
Oh,
husband?
that wasn't just one lady. That was a lot of ladies. Yes.
Have you ever had a customer just make an imprint on you that just you'll never forget?
Yes. And she became a very good friend. And we did 3 houses together. So, yeah. And there've actually been several like that I did more than one house with them, and um, it was very important for me.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, that means that you're a good relatable person and that
Yeah.
they enjoy working with you. It's
Yeah.
good. What else do you do besides work?
Oh my goodness. Well, that's the grandchildren. Um, and all the things that my husband used to do on our land, and I do that now. So it spreads me pretty thin sometimes. And I love to travel. I love to, but I don't like to travel by plane. I like to drive. I like to see the country. I like to see people.
Like all the way to Texas and back.
Yeah,
Yeah. We have a little history with that.
that's right.
Anything exciting going on that your customers need to know about with you?
Um, well, I'm getting better every day from the accident. That's
Okay.
very exciting. I am getting ready to start a project in the North Georgia mountains
Okay.
with a client that this will be her second home.
Nice.
So,
Okay. What is the best way for customers to contact you?
my cell phone.
Okay.
I don't have a website. I'm very low key because at this point in my life, that's the way I want it. I want to be able to have life outside of work.
Okay. What is one memory from your childhood that stands out for you? I'm making you think.
Yes, you are. My dad was an outdoorsman, but he was also the pastor of a church. And one night he decided that he was going to take the whole family camping. Now, it was not a campground. There was not a potty to go to. There were no showers and there was no tent. There
Okay.
was not an RV. We slept on the ground in blankets and I was scared to death. I could hear critters running around. And, oh my gosh, I was so scared. But I remember that to this day.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have been more than 9.
Yeah. That would probably freak me out a little
Yeah.
bit too.
Yeah.
Okay. So from your childhood to your future, what does your future hold for you?
That is a good question. That is a good question. Long life, enjoying my grandchildren and my family, and completing a career term, if
Okay.
that makes any sense. Um, Yeah.
Okay. If a young person, one of your grandchildren maybe, or just a child, asked you for advice on how to live their life, what would you tell them?
Put God first. Find a job that you enjoy working at and give it 100%. And you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to.
That's pretty daggone good. Well, folks, that wraps it up for another fantastic episode of Movers and Shakers of Morgan County. If you enjoyed our conversation today, I'd be thrilled if you could show some love by hitting the like button. And if there's something that you didn't quite vibe with, let us know by hitting the dislike button. Your feedback matters. I want to hear from you, whether you have questions, feedback, or simply want to share your opinions. Drop a comment below and let's just keep the conversation going. Remember, if you know someone in the area who should see this interview and discover the hidden gems and local leaders that live in our beloved Morgan County, hit the share button. Together, we can give our community the exposure it deserves. Now, to never miss another exciting episode filled with intriguing local businesses and owners like today's guest, Margo Mcclain, make sure to subscribe to the show and click that bell to get notifications because you want to stay in the loop and get to know the heartbeat of Morgan County, don't you? Plus, your engagement plays a vital role in supporting local businesses and professionals and leaders in our community. By interacting with Margo, you're telling the platforms to share it with more people and contributing to the growth of Morgan County. Thank you in advance for your valuable support. And speaking of supporting local professionals, if you're considering on buying or selling or investing in real estate in Morgan County, I'm your friendly local real estate agent and market expert. As a member of eXp Realty and with a little over a little bit, almost 2 years of experience, I think it's longer than it is, and a deep understanding of Morgan County, I can guide you to the perfect home and negotiate better deals for you. But whether you're ready to make a move or you simply just want to talk about real estate, give me a call. We can chat via email, text message, social media, whatever. My contact information is in the description, and help make I'd love to help you make money through real estate and upgrade your living situation. Once again, Margo, thank you so much for being here today. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, Jan.
Take care and shop local. And next time, we'll see you when we interview someone else. Bye for now.